Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nut, and welcome to our Halloween Spook-tacular. It's Resident Evil. Just Resident Evil. I know, we've had so many Resident Evil since the first Resident Evil, at this point, it sounds odd that it isn't Resident Evil 4. And Resident Evil 4 will be better. Resident Evil 4 is the best one, sure. But this is the original Resident Evil, and I think this game gets a bad rep. It is the butt of many jokes for the terrible voice acting and all sorts of things. No, I think the original Resident Evil, deserves defending. Fantastic game, really has aged well. I mean, admittedly it has aged well because this is the repolish of the remake. The remake was done for the GameCube. That's when they remade Resident Evil to be really, really nice looking, or at least nice looking by the standards of the time. And then they polished up a little bit further for the current generation console release. This is the PS4 version. This was free with PS Plus very recently. 15 gig. Oh, downloading 15 gig off the PSN. Oh, that's just flipping painful. Right, let's get into this, shall we? Because I think it's still bloody excellent.
Resident Evil.
See, it just feels like someone should be saying a number after that bit. It just doesn't seem right that there's no number there. Oh, they've got alternate costumes, but it's the worst thing imaginable. It's the BSAA alternate costumes. I don't know why Capcom would try and remind us Resident Evil 5 happened. Most sane, right-thinking people just try and pretend Resident Evil 5 never happened. Nope, they've got her in the stupid Resident Evil 5 costume too. No, totally unacceptable. Back to she doesn't even look the same, to be honest. They kind of changed the face and the eyes a little bit too much, so it doesn't even look like the same person anymore. Anyway, back to the original proper Jill Valentine. I think Jill Valentine's got slightly the better, more interesting story. I like Barry. Barry's involvement in Jill Valentine's story is better. Yes, Jill Valentine, that's right, game, that's the person I selected.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone, situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we are searching for the helicopter of our compatriots, Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission.
Haven't found it yet?
No, not yet, Brad. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten.
You gotta like how this is set in 1998, so therefore all the TVs we see are actually kind of old-fashioned CRT monitors. It's lovely. You see, I feel like their first mistake was, okay, they could be anywhere in this forest, it's night and it's incredibly foggy, let's just go around with flashlights right now rather than calling in reinforcements or waiting until morning or for the fog to clear. Big tactical errors right there. Also, I really feel like this game should have an option in the options menu, and I checked whether this was here, and I was disappointed it wasn't, that you could actually have the original 1996 Resident Evil little intro, which had, even though it kind of, used real people rather than these computer models, had much worse acting, and also terrible rubber dog masks, and all sorts of things. It was beautiful. I love how everyone just kind of stands there, and doesn't actually bother trying to help Joseph in the slightest. And would you believe there's a highly convenient mansion to hide in?
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Barry, and myself. We don't know where Chris is.
Which is impressive, because he was literally right next to you outside.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
All right. You two go. I'll secure this area.
Oh, Capcom, you didn't. They've genuinely added boob jiggle into the game. It's not even boob jiggle that makes sense. Even if she's turning right to left, the jiggle's still up and down. I swear that was not in the GameCube release. They've added boob wiggle into the current gen version. That's just... Oh, Capcom. I mean, I'm not going to say this game was exactly high art to begin with, but you've made it even lower art than it started off with. So yes, welcome! Welcome to Resident Evil. Oh, it's always looked quite nice, hasn't it? It's always been fine. Interesting decisions on the controls, by the way. You'd think they'd go for, left trigger for aiming and right trigger for firing. No, they've decided instead to go for, it's L1 for aiming and R1 for firing. Buttons that are much less comfortable to press. R2, meanwhile, the right trigger on the PS4 controller, is reserved for map. Map of all things. Like, the PS4 controller has a great big map button in the center that's basically used for nothing but maps in most games because the PS4 controller has too many bloody buttons. Developers don't even know what to do with them all, and that doesn't even do anything. This is all very odd. What's even more odd is with 5 separate control mechanisms, they didn't think for a single one of them to have aim on L2 and fire on R2. There's one over here, type E, with aim on L2, but there's no one with fire. What? R2 is the fire button. That's what it's for. It's a trigger. That's what we use it for. What is this? Oh, they've also added in modern controls, so I'm not sure I approve of. The original control mechanism is the old tank mechanism. You use left and right on the D-pad to kind of turn from side to side, and then you go forwards and backwards. But they've added in on the analog stick, you literally just kind of, you know, push the direction you want to go, and suddenly you're just going that way. So the analog stick, oh, you know what, that's fine.
I think you'd better take a look at this.
What is it?
We see her boobs don't jiggle in the cutscenes. That's even more confusing. They only jiggle when she's not in a cutscene.
Let's just hope it's not Chris's.
He said the thing! And of course over the fireplace there is the emblem. We don't need to be taking that just yet. Don't worry about that. Okay, I'll admit, the analog controls, I can't remember if these were in, I don't think these were in the GameCube version. I think this is new to this version. But that does make life a lot easier. Arguably a bit too easy. Like, Resident Evil is supposed to be a little bit about slightly terrible controls. Maybe I'm just being nostalgic about things I really shouldn't be being nostalgic about. But yeah, I kind of miss the terrible controls. Part of the joy of the original game was just kind of like creeping along these corridors very, very slowly, not being quite in control, and knowing that if you ran into trouble, you'd need to like spin around and then just kind of walk, and then you'd need to like hit a particular button to run and all of that. Like, it just feels odd to me that yeah, they've made it so easy to move around at speed in the exact direction you want. Especially as it now means Jill can do this, which isn't something a human can do. And so begins the most noble tradition in all of Resident Evil history, going up to doors you can't open and figuring out what is written on the lock. Emblem of armor is carved into the lock. Okay, armor over here. Down the stairs around the corner, it's sword. And that means, I guess we just need to now check this door. What's going to be written on this door? It's locked from the... Oh, that's locked from the other side. Intriguing. Slowly hit around the corner. Possibly the most famous cutscene in all of gaming. And here we meet our first little zombie. And that's supposed to be a friend of ours. So, you know, that's sad. We care about that. Now, that used to be scary, but now you can just basically use the analog stick to run away the exact direction you want. It's less scary. It means we can get back to Barry very, very quickly, which is good, because Barry can kill this guy in a cutscene.
Barry!
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it.
You see, they'd be feeling really embarrassed in the morning if that just turned out to be a guy with really bad eczema. That's also one of the toughest zombies in the game, by the way, because it just took 3 shots from Barry's Magnum, and Barry's Magnum can pretty much one-shot every other zombie in this game when you get your hands on it. The thing I also really like about the early Resident Evils that kind of got lost in 4 a little bit, in 4 zombies started dropping pickups, so you actually had an incentive to kill zombies. In Resident Evil 1, of course, the zombies don't drop pickups anymore. At this point, killing a zombie is just a waste of ammo. That's just ammo you don't have anymore. So actually you're incentivized to not fight. Running away, evading, all of that stuff, that's the most sensible thing you can do. Which in many ways, of course, helped out the whole survival horror thing. Like, it's a lot more horrifying and scary if fighting a zombie, fighting literally any zombie, puts you at a disadvantage. Also, love that little fake-out roar there, of course. It makes you think the zombie that was on the ground might have gotten up, but he hasn't. It's actually a different zombie up on the balcony above. All the game wants you to do now, by the way, is just run up the stairs and run around to prove you can use the controls. Back in the days of the tank controls, that was a little bit more complicated. In this day and age, it's a little bit more simple. Though admittedly, there's still some kind of complications with the new analog controls, because now, if like you go around a corner and the camera angle changes dramatically, to make sure that you don't immediately turn back on yourself, the controls shift so that you, as long as you're still holding a direction, you still go the same way. So right now, I'm holding down and right, but I'm still going up and to the right. So now if I hold down and to the left, I go down over here, and I'm still holding down and to the left, but I have to release and then tap to the right to make it go this way. So I can see it's an improvement. Also, let's look at some more doors first. Yes, I know, we're searching the hall.
We can search for him separately. I'll investigate the dining room again.
Okay, then. I'll try the door on the other side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could easily get lost. Let's start from the first floor.
Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. It's a lockpick. You'd make better use of it.
Oh, we didn't say the thing. Wait a bloody minute. Her boobs don't jiggle when she's walking down the stairs. That's the one time it would have been acceptable for the boob wiggling. Her boobs are wiggling now when she's on flat ground, but they don't jiggle when she's going up and down the stairs? Capcom, I'm having some severe problems with your boob jiggle physics. Also, you've got to love Barry's plan here, by the way. Chris got separated, oh no, we've lost him. Wesker wandered off on his own, oh, we've lost him too. What should we do next? I know, let's explore separately too. Marvellous. Anyway, let's go over here. to this lovely door, because this is the way we're going. This is, I think, possibly the only open door in the whole room. Everything else has got, you know, armor, swords, ace of clubs. Everything else has got something or another on there. Into this here room, and you can see, obviously, items have a lovely glint in this game. So, climb over the thing, and then, can we push the thing? Yes, yes, we can indeed push the thing. I'm remembering all of this, like, it's been like a decade or more or something since I've last played this, because I played this on the GameCube, so kind of some of this is going to come back to me, and there's a map of the mansion, yes, take the map. And now we've got a map showing us exactly how many flipping locked doors there are in the world. And now, as it's the only way to go, we head into this dark corner back here, even though we know from the map there's literally nothing in here but a dead end, but there's an important item here, which the remake actually added in. Defense items! Let's grab ourselves a knife. Lovely. One dagger? Yes, I'll gladly take a dagger. So now, if a zombie grabs us, we have an automatic defense. I wonder if a zombie's about to show off to help me demonstrate this. It's a good little cutscene, this, by the way. If you walk around the corner, you actually get kind of chased back around it. The camera angle doesn't update, which is quite nice. Now, don't fall over. You've got a dagger. You're fine. So all we need to do is actually, if we can just work around this guy and just... Yep, actually, if we can work around him, that's fine. That means we actually don't need to waste the dagger. But yeah, if he had grabbed us, we'd have been able to just kind of quickly get him. Can we also just trap him nice and quick? Let's see if we can just trap him. No, don't get up top. I want you to push. I want you to push. No, yes. Yes, now push. Push the thing. Push the thing. Yes, there we go. Let's just make sure. Let's just close the gap just to be 100% sure. And then just one more. Lovely. Now you can't. Now he's just doomed to kind of glitch through that non-existent curtain for the rest of eternity. Marvellous. So I could shoot him, but it would just be a bit of a waste of ammo, really. So in which case, one zombie completely outsmarted, because, yeah, they were slightly dim at this stage. Back in, you know, in Resident Evil 4 onward, they'd be much better at climbing over things and climbing ladders, and even using firearms and whatever. This was the point where zombies were just slow and dumb. So just kind of, you know, skirting around them and not getting bitten in the first place was a very good idea. Anyway, back we go to the main hall. That's all we need to do here. And would you believe, now flipping Barry's gone missing too. Marvellous. Because here we are in the dining room, and no flipping Barry, so may as well head more in this direction. I'm pretty sure this is the right way. Like, I'm doing all of this on, like, the equivalent of gaming muscle memory. I think after you go to that room, you come back into the dining room, find Barry's not here, and go and investigate this area a bit more. Oh, hello, there's actual zombies here now. You're probably a good candidate to die. And then one more if you get a bit closer. There you go. Well, I got one headshot in, but we've had to kind of knife him in the face anyway. Are you going to get back up again? Or are you done now? You done? Are we dead? Yep, fine. That was probably a bit of a waste, to be honest. Sadly, we can't pull the dagger back out of his face there. Like, I've forgotten how many bullets it takes to put down a zombie on normal mode. It's also very difficult to decapitate them. In fact, I don't think headshot damage did any more damage to this game. It's just if you destroyed the head, it had other tactical advantages later. But I think actually chest shots were just as good as headshots. So really just wanted to keep your distance for the most part. So I probably want to save my ammo. The thing is, there are some zombies you probably did want to bother killing, because it would be worth killing them just because they were in, like, you know, areas you'd pass through a lot. Hello there, Kenneth, by the way. You had something on you, didn't you? Didn't you have something? Yep, here's the corpse. Looks like he was holding something. Is it a tape? Yes, it's a tape, and it's an actual VHS tape. For those of you who are young, this is how we used to watch videos, using videotapes. They weren't great, they were terrible. But basically, if you've never had to use a videotape because you're that young, well done, you dodged a bullet there. They were dreadful. And moments like this is why the fixed cameras were genuinely brilliant, because you didn't know what you were walking into, and you didn't know where you were going to have to face in a second. Like, you had no idea. You knew there was something. Now, obviously, in the original Resident Evil, fixed camera angles were used, because if you always know from what angle something is being viewed, then you can basically create optical illusions that make the game look a lot more impressive than it should do. Because, you know, you can basically... It's the equivalent of using, like, you know, matte backgrounds in old films. If you know exactly from what angle things are being viewed from, you can do some really fun tricks with optical illusions and whatever. But that wasn't the whole story, of course. Hello, do you have a story by any chance? Just a corpse collapsed on the floor. Fine. There was obviously actually a lot of artistry done with this. A lot of people don't really acknowledge, which is sure fixed camera angles would just kind of, you know, make the game look prettier than it should have done. But they were also genius in terms of, like, some of the angles that were chosen for the Resident Evil games, the early ones, were very, very clever. They're very good at making you walk into tension and danger and whatever. It's very, very good. Right, just keep grabbing the herbs. Those are just basic health items, and we can combine them if we need to. One thing I don't think anyone will ever miss, by the way, is the flipping inventory management. In particular, the fact that you only had 8 slots to play with. Like, you needed to actually be carrying around the item ink ribbons in order to do any saving. You know, health items didn't do much in the way of healing, but filled up a space too. You had your knife. You're going to be wanting to get rid of that as soon as possible. In Resident Evil 4, that was incredibly useful, mainly because it didn't fill a slot, and it was very powerful. In Resident Evil 1, it was incredibly weak, and just generally a bad idea. Just get rid of that as soon as we have the chance. But I'm actually genuinely finding myself also preferring using the tank controls, like going nice and slowly and carefully. Hello, a large bird cage. There's a dead raven inside. Is there? You sure? Are you 100% sure? Because I can't... Alright, fine, I'll take your word for it. The game also knew when to mess with you with silence, by the way, which is there are plenty of hallways that have nothing in them. Nothing whatsoever. Because silence and tension and anticipation of something going horribly wrong can be a lot scarier than things actually going wrong. This guy, by the way, is the biggest jerk in the world. He isn't doing anything yet, he's just a corpse. He's going to do something later, the bastard. He's going to introduce... Oh, hello! Hello, yes, I see you there. Hello. Thankfully, we just saw you in the mirror. Right, you're in quite a tight corridor, so we're going to take you out. So just fire. How many bullets is it? 5, 6, 7 bullets to take down that one guy. Yeah, this is normal difficulty, and zombies took a lot of bullets to put down. So I'm now down to 3 bullets. So at this point, basically, I can't kill another zombie. I've killed 2 zombies, and until I find more ammo, I can't kill any more. And you've noticed, I haven't actually found any more ammo yet. Ammo is relatively scarce in this game. Good! It should be. This was good survival horror, damn it. Down here. I don't think there's any more... Actually, there might be one more zombie at the end here, now I think about it. Will you take the golden arrow? Yes. Yes, I will. And I'm also going to very quickly examine that golden arrow, because I'm willing to bet I can pull the top off. There we are. The arrow looks like it could be removed. And I've decided I just want the arrowhead. I don't want the rest of the arrow. Like, this would be really embarrassing if I now went somewhere else. And actually what it actually said on the wall was, there's an indent here. It looks like the gap will be filled by an arrow without an arrowhead attached. Oh, no, I kept the wrong bit. Now, I have an odd feeling there might be one more zombie. No, okay, fine. I'm misremembering. This leads up to the dining room. Is this locked? It's locked from the other side. Yeah, fine. And this will lead out to the dining room balcony, where there is now a zombie. But that's fine, because like the dining room's a big loop, it's very easy to keep away from the zombie. Where is he? Yeah, there he is. Oh, look at that. The shadow. Introduced by the shadow. Isn't that just lovely? And that's locked with a sword lock. Fine. Just check there's nothing around here. I don't think there is. Yeah, this guy has no real kind of chance of catching up with me, to be honest. Ooh, something here. Hello. Ooh, that's a dagger. Nice. Nice security mechanism. Always have as many daggers as you can. Move on in this direction around here. Just keep an eye on where he is. And, oh yeah, we want to shove you if we can. Shove you. Where's the zombie, by the way? Is he around here? Because we basically want to push this off this gap right here. Just check where the zombie is. Where's the zombie? Just check where the zombie is. Hang on. Oh, okay, he's around there. He's going very, very slowly. That's fine. Zombies were very, very slow in this game. Right, so now grab this, shove it off the edge, and that will shatter. Lovely, and we can go and collect an item from that in a moment. Just make sure there's nothing else along here. Must be very... Oh, yep, you see, that's the trick with the camera angles. You've got to be careful, because you can run straight into a flipping zombie. It's a stained glass window. Pattern in the center resembles a woman. Does it? Does it look kind of more like just like a bunch of reeds or a leak to me, but alright, fine, Joe, you see what you want in it. And now back out to the top floor of the first big hallway. And back downstairs into the dining room. We can actually grab that little item we've just got our hands on there. And that is a lovely blue gemstone. Nice. In later Resident Evil, you'd have just sold that to the nearest merchant for money you could use to buy guns. In this game, pretty much everything is used to solve a ludicrously elaborate puzzle. And it's an old typewriter I can use to save my progress. Yes, I'd like to use my ink ribbon, because this game also had a finite limited number of saves. Now, let's be honest, there was no kind of risk of ever really running out of these things. It gave you a lot of ink ribbons and a lot of typewriters. But the fact that there was a finite number of saves made you very nervous about saving. It made you save less than you should do. So pretty much every time I ever played this game, I always entered the game with, like, 20 spare ink ribbons or something. Because I always, like, deliberately tried to avoid saving. And it really did discourage, at the bare minimum, it discouraged save scumming, which was very, very good and very, very welcome. It just helped add to the atmosphere. Again, probably it was a technical limitation that they couldn't just have a save state anyway. You can only save in a certain number of finite limited locations because that was easier to do. But they used that technical limitation and made something wonderful from it, which is great. Anyway, the next place we're going is out the back here through this kind of, not really a hidden door, but a bit of a hard to see door out into the back garden. Or kind of the back courtyard at least. I know there's a zombie out here somewhere. It's just I don't know quite where he is. And incidentally, I still haven't found any more ammo. So I've got literally no way of killing him. So that's good. So we'll just need to work around him wherever he is. Because I've got 3 bullets. But that is not going to be enough. So we're probably just going to have to knife him in the eye. And then you can't open this door. No, that's locked from the other side. A lot of doors are locked from the other side. And Jill Valentine never even considers the possibility of, like, climbing over anything or anything like that. No. That just doesn't really kind of fit with her worldview. Please tell me there's something out here. That looks like a thing. That is shotgun shells. Well, that's just not useful to me right now. But anyway, go over here, and would you believe there's a little Cupid with a bow and arrow? A tomb engraved with a picture of an angel, and there's an indentation in the shape of an arrowhead. Very useful. Let's shove that in there and see if that happens to do a thing. Oh my goodness, it did. Now we head downstairs into the terrifying lit up crypt, which mysteriously is also full of, like, cogs and stuff. Quite why the crypt is full of cogs and stuff is never made abundantly clear. It just sort of is. Also firewood to keep all these fires going. And also a terrifying crypt held up by chains. Now, probably you're thinking the moment I pick up whatever this item is, something very, very bad's going to happen. No, it's not. This is just another quite beautiful fake out. Something bad's going to happen in this room later, but not just yet. Book is fitted perfectly. Grab the book. Book of Curses. Always take the Book of Curses. And now, nothing bad happens whatsoever. It's just a really, really well-designed fake out. And the game's just teaching me to keep kind of examining items, so just check. And would you believe on the back of this item, there's a key. And now we just basically flipping throw away the Book of Curses. We don't actually care about the Book of Curses, to be honest. That just introduced the fact that there are 4 masks, and we can see there's 4 masks. Yes. We need to fit 4 masks onto these 4 statues, and that's pretty much it. Lovely. But now I've got a key. The key is useful, because the key, do we know what key it is straight away? It is a mansion key. Examine the key, and we can see it is the sword key. So now we know what key it is, because the game doesn't just tell you. You've actually got to look at the item to figure out that it's the sword key. Up to that point, the game's just saying, well, it's a key. Until you've actually examined it and figured out what's on it, it actually doesn't update. Again, surprisingly sophisticated, like simple stuff. But simple stuff that I think a game these days wouldn't do. Like a Resident Evil design today, if you picked up a key, would just say, well, that's just the key, isn't it? Now, is the zombie here now? I swear there's a zombie here. There's going to be at some point a zombie in here, damn it. Now, this is slightly annoying. Even though I've just picked up the sword key, the game is not actually flagging which doors are now open. Because I know for a fact that some doors have actually just become opened with this thing. Nope, that's helmet. Definitely not that one. I know there's more locks. I know there's one in the corridor just beyond the dining room. I'm just going to check upstairs now. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm going to spend large part of this video praising some really, really good... Yeah, you see, use the sword key. Right, let's just go through this door quickly, remind myself where I'm going. Because the first thing I need more ammo. Because until I've got more ammo, I'm basically helpless. I've got 1 defense item and basically no other way to kill any zombies. So let's just move nice and slowly through here. 1 more door at the very end of this corridor that I can go through. Again, still just looking for more ammo. Dog whistle. Right, we'll need that later. Fine. So basically, at some point, we find our way onto a balcony, blow that dog whistle, and that will summon a dog, and there'll be a special item there. Please, at some point, tell me we've got... that is actually what I need. Yes. Okay. In that case, let's just very quickly combine that with that to make some healing powder there. And now we can actually pick up some handgun bullets. Nice. And also very important, the lighter. So I think actually Chris gets one of these as his free item. Like, both characters gain a free item. Her free item in the top right there is the lock picking. So she can open certain doors that Chris can't. Admittedly, you wouldn't know it at the beginning of the game, because she will basically walk past 15 doors in a row where she just thinks, no, can't open this. Well, there's, you know, there's a sword on the lock, there's armor on the lock, there's a hammer on the lock, oh, it's locked from the other side. No, I can't do any of this. But just occasionally, once in a blue moon, Jill will find a very particular type of lock she decides that she can open with her lockpick. The original game said that she was the master of unlocking things. No. She's got like a 5% hit rate at best. Oh, hello! I've just accidentally stumbled into a zombie. Right, how bad is this situation, by the way? Not that bad. Probably good enough that we just take you out. 3, 4, 5. 5 bullets normally is enough to stun them, and the 6th takes you down. It's not consistent as well, which I always like. Like, there's not a set number of bullets. Like, some zombies will take, like, 6. Some it'll be 5. Sometimes you'll just get lucky and think, like, you know, because the bullet just happens to hit the head, you do a little bit more damage, you can do a little bit faster than that. I like that. It's a nice system. So he is now down as well, but we've got a bit of a problem, which is unlike in the very original PlayStation version, zombies now given a bit of time get back up again. We need to destroy his head. Hello, can you come upstairs, by the way? Yeah, I hear you down there. There he goes, lovely. He goes down to a few more bullets there, and now both of them are down. This corridor is clear, and that's fine, so we're going to be passing through here, but we're straight back to flipping 3 bullets with no spare in reserve. But on the plus side, I've still got a defense item I haven't used, and haven't actually taken a bite yet in this entire game, which is lovely. Now, through here, I believe this is the first safe room in the whole game. Yes, indeed, the first of the safe rooms. Lovely. A little note that I'm pretty sure is telling me indeed, yes, the disposal of dead bodies. Basically, destroy the head, which you can do basically with a big shotgun blast aiming upwards, but Jill's not going to get a shotgun for a little while. Or set them on fire once they're down. Either you could use, like, you know, an explosive or burny shell from a grenade launcher, or you actually have to just carry around a little kind of flask of oil and actually set them on fire once they're done. You've got to have, like, the lighter and an oil canister, which filled up item slots, but meant you could guarantee they wouldn't come back up. And when they got back up, they became Crimson Heads. They were mean and nasty and fast, and they could swipe at you with terrifying claws and did a lot more damage, and they knew how to open doors, which was the worst thing. Right, let's just get rid of a few items we don't need. Ooh, I'd forgotten about this. The crate just comes with some free handgun magazines, which is excellently good news. Yeah, take that. We definitely want the key for the moment. We don't need the dog whistle just right now. Having 1 health item is useful. I don't need to be carrying around ink ribbons, however. And another handgun magazine here. Oh, that feels a bit better. Lovely. And then, oh, flipping. Okay, this is where the analog controls get a bit confusing when the camera angle swings around in small rooms. Will you take the fuel canteen? Yes. Yes, I will. And now I will top up the fuel canteen with plenty of kerosene. Lovely. So now I've got myself a fuel canteen with 2 doses of oil. So now I can soak a dead body and I can set it on fire. Anyway, we got that fuel canteen, which is great, but right now we have no way of setting fire to the bodies, because the bodies should be persistent, but that one's decided he's just going to not be there anymore. Well, that's just marvellous. Well done. Now, nip back into that room I was in a second ago. Oh, wait, hang on. No, that was a door that was locked from the inside. Never mind. Nip back into the room I was in a second ago. I can't. There's no knob on this door. Sometimes this game had interesting ideas about how doors should and shouldn't work. Right, okay. Does this lead me back through to the front hallway or something? Yes, interestingly, it actually does. This door leads me back into the hallway I was just in, so I can literally go through this door, then just turn right down here, grab the lighter off the table there, then go through here, and we can be straight back to where I just was. I guess maybe it doesn't have a doorknob, so like the moment you see the zombie to your right, like they assume people are gonna like panic and try and go straight back through this door, at which point they find they can't anymore, which I suppose is quite good, yes. So, you know, we're going to pass through this hallway quite a bit, so this is a good candidate for being burnt. So, use the kerosene canister. Cover him like that, and now he's all covered like that. We can now use the lighter. It's not necessary to use this now. Is it not? Is it? Oh, flip! I was standing... No, I shouldn't have stood so close to him while I was setting him on fire. Right, she does it automatically. I swear she didn't used to. Now he's been burnt, he won't come back. Am I just injured myself, by the way? No, we're fine. We're fine for now. Good. She's a tough old girl, is Jill Valentine. She just shrugs off a little bit of fire. It's okay. Now, 1 locked door here. Armor key. Yeah, the armor key opens a lot of flipping doors in this house. But there's 1 more door at the end here. I think this is another relatively safe room. I think this is like a little... This is a little study, if I'm recalling correctly. I think we're safe in here. And then we've got, yeah, this is a little room here. Ooh, hello. An unlit fireplace. Well, I wonder if I could do something with that using this here lighter I've got. Marvellous. There we go. Bit lit now. And now lines carved into the relief glow red in intense heat. Marvellous. So, yes, okay. So obviously that's some way of making a map. I just can't remember how to do it. So hopefully I'll remember how to do that in time. Couple of very good healing items here. In particular, of course, the old classic Resident Evil herb mixing. That herb does not look red to me. That looks way too orange to be a red herb, alright? And then grab myself one green herb as well. Yep, lovely. And then we'll mix those together because red and green together make a herb that heals 100% of your health. And leave that other green one there. We'll come back for that later if we need it. So that's all we can do on this floor for the moment. If I go back downstairs to where I just was, the same hall the safe room was on, I think there's another door I can open down there. Now, while I'm swinging by, I'll also top up my kerosene. The rule I always said to myself was basically, is a zombie in a corridor I'm going to be going through a lot? If so, he gets burnt. Is he in a room I'm probably not going to visit again? If so, don't bother burning him. So as long as you kind of do that, there's probably enough kerosene to go around. Because there's finite kerosene. You can't just come and top up your kerosene forever. There's about half the kerosene still remaining. So basically, after the 2 doses I've got in my flask now, I think there's like 2 or 3 more in there. So as a result, I can only burn like 5 more zombies. Tops. So you've really got to pick which zombies you want to not be getting up again very, very carefully. Yes, so now we're down here, we can start making our way down back in towards the first floor. Got it. I think there might be some, I think there's actually some tricksteriness with this door handle as well. I feel like, is this door handle limited use only? Yeah, the doorknob looks like it's ready to fall apart. Go through anyway. Yes, I think you're allowed to use this like, it's not once. I think you are allowed to use it more than once, but not much more than once. Is there a zombie in here? If there is, I don't hear him. I think this area is safe. Because, oh, no, it wasn't, no, it wasn't. Flipping trickster zombie bastard. Right, I'm going to be needing to come through this hallway a few times. You need to go down. And 5 bullets, that's a good, efficient dead zombie. Assuming he doesn't get back up, which he might do. No, not so much. That wasn't so much of a trick the zombies pulled off in the... No, yes it was, yes it was, yes it was. That wasn't a common trick they did, but they still did it sometimes. Why won't you die, you bastard? Oh, what the... 10 bullets! Bloody hell. Yes, this game was not fun sometimes. So that's kind of, you know, most of my reserve already gone there, right? Bloody there. You meanwhile, yes, I'll be coming through this hallway a fair few times. This is a commonly used hallway. Let's just quickly use the kerosene. And then just get you out of the way. Actually, I wonder if I could have burnt him after the first 5 bullets. I'm genuinely not sure, actually. That's worth thinking about. So now I'm here. There's a bunch of doors I can't get through. I can get through to this pathway at the end, though. I'm pretty sure there's nothing I can do out here. This is the area that leads through to the next big kind of second act of the game. But until I've got like a couple of big important items, I cannot get any further here. I'm also trying to remember if dogs ambush me in this area. I know there are some dogs that... Yep, there's dogs that ambush you in this bit of the game. Fine. Just avoid them if I can. No. Just get back here. Okay, back to the lovely safe hallway. I like this hallway better now I've burnt the only zombie in it. And instead we go this way. Ah, yes. Okay, I know where we are. This is a fun room everyone remembers. Through here. My goodness, it's a mysterious room with absolutely nothing of any interest in it. And what have we got here? Ah, 1 additional dagger. Daggers are lovely, because of course daggers don't fill any slots in your inventory. Ink ribbons, don't need that. 1 shotgun. The camera just moves to make sure absolutely that you have seen the shotgun. Yeah, you know what? I'll take this here shotgun. Lovely, I get a shotgun. And little hooks that held the shotgun rise up. I'm sure that doesn't mean anything bad is going to happen if I try and go back through this door right now. Oh wait, no, never mind. The ceiling is now going to crush me to death. Door won't open either, so if you try and open both doors, you're now locked in. Luckily, cutscene hero Barry is going to help.
Help!
Jill, you in there?
Barry? Get me out of here! The door's jammed!
Also, the ceiling's about to crush me, but I decided not to mention that bit.
That was a close one. A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
He didn't quite say the thing.
We should get back to searching for Wesker and Chris.
Thanks, Barry. I owe you one.
You literally just proved that the most sensible thing you can do is explore together, because then you can guard each other from traps. But no, let's just immediately separate again. Sure, why not? Anyway, now I've got myself a shotgun. I like the shotgun. And now, slightly sinister camera angle from outside the windows. This is the thing. You're probably expecting, you know, a massive jump scare through these windows. But this game knows to not always show its hand immediately. Let someone get comfortable in a corridor, and later, a few times later when we've come through this corridor and we think it's totally safe, then there will be a massive ambush where a bunch of zombies will crash through these windows. But not for the first few times, because this game, it's got a much more sophisticated understanding of how to make horror work than most people give it credit for. Love this game, it's great. One small room here. This isn't the bathroom, is it? I swear that's on a different floor, but this is one room. No! This is the bathroom. Ah, okay, fine. I could have sworn this was off an upstairs corridor, but never mind. Looks like the water still works. Go through here and we get ourselves, hasn't been serviced in a while. And ultimately the only thing we need to do is, oh blimey, the camera just slightly glitched out there because the camera doesn't deal well with hyperactive analog stick Jill. The only thing to do here is basically to pull the plug out, at which point a zombie comes out. And I'm probably going to change over to the shotgun now because this is very, very close quarters for a zombie. Now how exactly I remove the plug without realising there was a zombie in there, I don't know. Because I did have to, like, you know, reach in to pull out the plug, but whatever. So a zombie's going to get out. Oh, maybe I'm going to stamp on his face in the cutscene. There we go, that's better. You should do that to more zombies, Jill. That would save you a lot of time and bullets. Yes, indeed, just a free dagger. Very nice. So now I've got, like, 3 daggers. So I can get attacked by 3 zombies in a row and not take any damage. So that is very, very... I'm just trying to get to the door. Beautiful. See, the new analog controls certainly streamline things a little bit, but they add their own complications in too. This door's locked, isn't it? This is a... No! That's a lock-pickable door. We actually flipping found one. This is also an external door, which basically means there's going to be dogs out here, because there's never not dogs through the external doors. Dogs, in my experience, don't even bother fighting them. Just basically grab whatever you need to do. Yeah, take the chemical to use on plants. Yes, I will take the chemical to use on plants. And then, oh, there's kerosene out here. And then a whole bunch of Healy items. Fine. Let's just get back in here. So actually, I think that might actually be, yeah, no dogs. Or at least maybe not dogs yet. If I go back out there for the kerosene, maybe the dogs will jump me at that point. Fine. That's an important item for later, but not urgent immediately. And now just one corridor to get me back to the room where I trapped the zombie. So we're almost home free. This is another corridor, which is... Yeah, oh no, this was the moment. Right, you come at me, you bastard. Why don't you just try it? Come at me. Come on. There you go, you stupid git. You want to try getting up? No, I didn't think so. I was about to say, this is one of those corridors where the game doesn't actually jump scare you immediately. Yes, it does. It doesn't because I'm pretty sure the door at the end of this hallway is a sword key door. So if you come down this corridor from the other side coming up this way, they don't attack you immediately. They only attack you on the way back. But on this occasion, because they attack you sometimes and not others, it actually threw me off a little bit. Are we good, or are we going to have more dogs yet? I feel like we're going to have more dogs yet. Right, well, we're okay for... No, okay. Well, actually, okay, do that, yes. Push that out of the way, because I swear there's some stuff underneath. There's some stuff underneath some of this stuff. Yeah, push the thing. You can push the thing. Push it out of the way, because I think there's some items hidden under here. Yep, that looks like a clip of ammo to me. And every clip counts. Right, just try it. Try it, you mutt. There you go. One shotgun blast. Hold your nerve. Don't shoot at them when they're at range. Wait for them. Okay, that one can definitely be pushed as well. There might be even more ammo hidden under here. Just shove it straight through the dog, because that makes sense. And it is... Oh, another dagger. Up to 4 daggers. Daggers actually do work on dogs. So even if they'd actually leapt at me, it wouldn't have mattered so much. I've never been sure how I feel about defense items into the game. Like, they make the game easier, but that kind of feels like it doesn't understand the whole point of Resident Evil 1, which was proper survival horror, but never mind. Yes, use the sword key. Beautiful. Head through here. So had I, decided to come through this way first, because, like, this game isn't linear. Like, I could do multiple things. I could have, like, decided to start in this direction. Also, is that guy still there? Is that guy still... He's totally going to still be there, which is marvellous. So I didn't need to go the way I went. I could have actually just gone straight there the moment I got the sword key and headed through that way, at which point the dogs would not have ambushed me immediately. And, oh, it's Barry again. Hello, Barry.
Got any good news?
We literally ran into each other 2 minutes ago. What are you talking about?
All right then, let's split up again.
No! Why do you keep suggesting this? This is the point where Resident Evil's item management system becomes a little bit on the annoying side, which is now I've got the shotgun, and I'm carrying around the kerosene, and I've got the chemical to use on plants, which I know I am going to need sooner or later, but I can't remember exactly when. I can't remember whether it's imminent or not. And I've got like 1 health item with me and a key I know I use. The question now is, should I return to the safe room, which is a bit of a round trip involving several load zones, in order to drop off the chemicals, or do I kind of keep the chemicals, working under the assumption that very soon I'm going to have opened all the doors that need the sword key, and the moment all the doors that need the sword key are opened, at that point I'll automatically throw away the key, which will open up one spot for me. So, I mean, I like the tension of it, because now it's been a little while since I've actually saved, so I'm a bit nervous about that. But I don't know the fact I'm about to potentially be going into new rooms where I can't pick up items purely on grounds I just don't have space for them. Right, you, my good man, you're not up yet, are you? Nope, you're not up yet, and that's fine. That means you get burnt as well. No, yes, it is necessary to use this now. Look, there's a zombie. Use the damn kerosene. There we go. Set this guy on fire, because we're going to come through this corridor a fair few times, so I want him out of the way. And that's me out of kerosene, at least for the moment. Actually, now I think about it, I could have actually topped up my kerosene slightly while I was outside with the dogs, but never mind. Now, that door's locked from the other side. One of these two doors was a sword door. It's locked, that is armor. Then I think it's sword down in the basement here. I swear down these stairs there's another sword door yet. Use the sword key, but sadly still not quite done with the bloody sword key. Can't remember what's down in the basement, let's find out. Always check the map immediately if you have to. It is one locked door and one... That's probably a lift right there, actually. One door locked from the other side. Another flipping dagger, beautiful. Now, if it's giving me a dagger in here, I feel like there's going to be a jump scare yet in this place. Or possibly I'm just scared because in Resident Evil 4, the only real jump scare in the entire game was someone jumping out of an oven. So I'm suspicious the same thing's going to happen here. Maybe it's not. Ooh, that was... No, ammo. Yeah, we are. Ammo around here. I saw that. Sometimes items are really quite difficult to see, by the way. Take that magazine. Lovely. Sweathers, potentially. I don't trust you. I don't trust you one little bit. But, alright, we're not going to bother burning you. Mainly because I can't, because I don't have the kerosene. But that's fine. Nothing I can do down here yet, aside from starting to top up my ammo. Which puts me in much better shape anyway, so that's good. Anything around here? Nope, never mind. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on, now a thing is happening. Okay, now we've switched to zombie view, the other side of the door. Thanks to Jill's psychic powers, I figured that out. Okay. No, don't fall over in the cutscenes. Stop falling over in cutscenes. You've got a shotgun, use it. Right, okay, and now just get a little bit closer, you. Oh, you don't have any more, and that means you don't need to be burnt. Now, the other guy's probably just popped up as well, but I don't care. I'm just going to straight up bypass him because he doesn't need to. Yeah, that's what you need the shotgun for. Shotgun, just hold your nerve, wait for them to get close, wait for the lunge, and then at that point, take the heads off. Because then they can't wake up again as Crimson Heads, even if you actually haven't burnt them. And back to here, and now I'm hearing ravens. Why am I hearing ravens? Also, was there always a flipping handgun magazine here? Because if so, I just missed some ammo earlier. Beautiful. Now I've got some ammo, which is good. Oh, yeah. Now the ravens have all shown up. I don't think they're going to murder me yet. Probably. Ah, back here. Right. So this guy who we saw earlier, he's about to become our first Crimson Head. So I'm getting the shotgun out right flipping now. Because the moment I run past him, he's going to get up a second time. Or rather the first time, but... Look, I was just telling the audience about how you were about to get up. Why are you not... You know what? Fine. Be a jerk. I don't care. Also, was that even more ammo? That was even... I've just been walking past ammo. This whole time, I've just been walking past ammo repeatedly and completely missing it. It's fine. Don't worry. I've got it now. Everything's good. Maybe if I go through this door, he'll start getting up as I do it. Do I remember that correctly? Nope, never mind. I'm sure he's going to get up sooner or later. Now, up here into one of Resident Evil's many trap rooms. As you might reasonably guess, from the knight with the spiky shield and the tracks here, if I pick up this here item, this here key... And, well, admittedly, I can't pick up the key anyway, so don't worry. Then, yes, there would immediately be some form of death going on. Terrifying, terrifying death. So, I don't need to do that. What I need is... Actually, can I get through to... No, it's not anyway. Fine. This is the helmet key. Fine. So, what I need to do here is the dog that was mentioned earlier. The dog in the dog whistle and all that business. That's my next order of business. Just preparing myself as I go back through this door, by the way, because I think he's gonna get up sooner or later, damn it. And no further use for the sword key. Throw it away. Fine. The final door for the sword key was up here. Beautiful. So that means I now actually have a free space. Good. Well, may as well find out what's behind this door anyway. Ultimately, I'm looking for, yeah, that dog place. Where am I now? Where am I now? Ah! I know where I am. Yep, that's fine. There might be like one zombie up here. But if it is, it's only... Oh! I see a... Did I just see a shadow, or is that my shadow? Might be. Yeah, that was someone else's shadow. Someone else's shadow. Someone else's shadow. Back here, please. This is fine. I've got absolutely tons of handgun ammo for the moment, so I can take you out pretty easily and quickly. Oh, I don't trust you. No. That's not going to be true. Now it's probably going to last, though. Beautiful. Right, couple more locked doors around here, but I need to check them in case any of them are lock-pickable. It's locked. That's helmet. And it is... You unlocked it. So this is... Where does that go? That is... Oh, that's back to the corridor I was in earlier. Fine. Where are the... Yep. Plenty more zombies yet. Hello there. Right, you. Just hold on down there for a second, please. There we go. We can just shoot you as you come. Oh, I don't believe you're truly dead. Not for a second do I believe you're dead on 2 bullets. Now, 2 zombies is probably a lot. You're just mysteriously on the ground and not doing anything. Wooden boxes here. Ah, this is a safe room. That means I can dump in here. These boxes shared in this game. I'm trying to remember whether they are. Yes, indeed. They are all shared. In some games, I think in Resident Evil 0, boxes stopped being shared. You started just dropping items everyone. Resident Evil 0, by the way, is one of my favourite games in the franchise. I think Resident Evil 0 is an underappreciated gem. Right. Get that down there. Oh, here's another very rare lockpick door. Marvellous. So we've got a one-off room in here we could actually get into with the lockpick. Beautiful. Hello, what am I looking at here? Ah, 1 battery pack. Battery pack powered my... What was this? Ah, is this where the fake shotgun is? Will you take the broken shotgun? No, because I don't need it. That is the item that alternatively you can use to get to the shotgun. I think Chris needs to use it because Chris doesn't have Barry to help him out. You need to find that item to leave it on the shelf in that room in order to take the real shotgun without the ceiling crushing you. But Jill can just go and take it and Barry rescues her. So I think for me that's a literally, like, pointless item. So I don't need to bother taking that. Also, of course, because you've already done the dog jump scare, you're very worried about a potential jump scare in front of these windows. But these windows, I don't think, ever give you a jump scare. They're just there to troll you. Because the game, deliberately having done one thing, then doesn't do it again. Because it'll freak you out more if it doesn't happen. And this is the moment where Resident Evil gets Resident Evil-y. Where I need to figure out where, logically, is the room that I haven't explored well enough yet. That could, theoretically, lead through to... a new area. I know I need to get to the dog balcony. I'm just trying to remember where that bloody is. Ah, wait. I think I know which one it might be. I think it is... Hang on. I think I got myself turned around and I missed one of the doors that actually can be unlocked with a lockpick. Yes, this door right here I walked straight past. And this is... Yeah, lockpick door. Fine. That's a really easy one to miss. So that door is how you get out to the west balcony. Before I go out there... I need to go and retrieve the dog whistle. Now, obviously, we've got the dog whistle, which means we need to blow the dog whistle to begin this fight. And conveniently, there are these healing herbs right here. There's just a little bank of healing herbs. So I can come here anytime I want to top up my health. So after this fight's done, even if I take a couple of bites, yeah, I can just heal immediately. Which is interesting, because, of course, the whole point of this zombie plague is it gets spread through zombies biting you becoming a zombie. Jill and Chris can just get bitten as many times as they want, and they never become zombies. I can begin this anywhere and any time. And what I want to do then is probably... I'd say about here is not bad. Because if I start here, if I'm allowed to, then I could simply have my shotgun just basically ready to go at any dog that charges. So if it's going to let me, I'm going to do it right here. So let's see if it lets me use the dog whistle. You blew the dog whistle. It worked. And now dogs will be coming along soon. Wait for the dogs. Wait for the dogs. Right, dog 1 goes down. Oh, not dead, though. Oh, 1, okay. Okay, good. Double shot there. Right, I'm just going to go over to the pistol, just in case there's more. I don't know how many there are exactly. Right, are you going to be getting back up again? No. I swear there were 3 dogs, not 2. But we're okay for now, because all I want's the item, really. There we are. Take the collar. We know what's on the collar, of course, because we read the note already. We're just going to have to examine that collar. So just examine that. And then check it out. There's a switch. Will I press it? I'm sure I will. We throw away the collar and instead we get this little weird item here. An odd coin. But of course, check the coin. Nothing unusual. Flip it round. And there is, in fact, an armor symbol on it. This is not the armor key, however. This is an imitation of a key. Shaped like a key but can't be used as one. Fine. So now we've got a fake key. And that could be very, very useful indeed. Just go down here and we can use, yep, green herbs. only enough for a few uses. Use them. Yep, indeed, I'll top up my health. Why not? So now I've got that shortcut that would take me back to the main hall, but I don't really want to use that. Instead, I want to go back in here, because what I need next in terms of my items is I need space in my inventory to... In fact, why have I not thrown away that dog whistle? I feel like I should throw that away at this point. I feel like it's outlived its usefulness, but whatever. Oh, good. Now I can discard it. Beautiful. Good. The game's one step ahead of me here. Well done, game. And now I've got one item slot spare, which is exactly what I need. Good. Because now I'm already in pretty much the perfect place to just go round here. And now that I've got that, assuming I can make the analog controls work, now if I go through this door here, I'm straight back to the place where I can actually use that item immediately. And presumably this will be the point where the Crimson Head pops up. Get the shotgun back out. Alright, I know we've only got one shot left in it, but I don't trust that Crimson Head one little bit. Yep, there we are. Hello there. You're fast, aren't you? And one shotgun blast isn't enough for you. No, lucky I've got the dagger. And... okay, one shotgun and one bullet did the job there. Crimson Heads, fast, slash you. Oh, he's not done yet. He was just lying. Die. Shoot him. Keep shooting him. He's probably not done yet either. Is he actually done? Okay, you can tell he's actually done because the big pool of blood is actually spreading. So he did 2 separate death fake outs there. What a git. The worst thing about them is you can't just run away from them. Unlike every other zombie in... actually, I think like all Resident Evil games, like even like the later ones, like 4 and 5 and 6, like load zones, zombies can't go through load zones. Zombies in Resident Evil, when they were Crimson Heads, could actually open load zones. Now, whoever takes the emblem may find peace in death. Take the actual mansion key. Yep, fine. That descends. The walls all close in. The knight's gonna lock me in from the front. And the zoomy death knight's coming from behind to shred me. Now, if I just put the imitation of a key in place, that will be enough to fool this area. Just a reminder, this whole mansion was built and fitted out to be a chemical research laboratory. This apparently was an essential part of the chemical research laboratory plan. And of course, now we can examine that key, flip it round, and we have got the armor key, which, as you're no doubt aware, opens a lot of doors we've been passing by. Not that one up there, by the way. That's a helmet key, I'm pretty sure. Oh, good. He just became a Crimson Head as well. Right, let's just demonstrate this if we can. So we're going to go through this door, and he's almost certainly going to be able to follow me, because he's a bloody Crimson Head. Meaning, yeah, the fact that there's a door there doesn't really bother him so much. We might have got lucky this time. But hopefully I've lost him by now. The downside of the Crimson Heads, of course, if you don't deal with them, like, you don't know what room they ended up in. And I'm pretty sure you're locked from the other side. At least one of you is going to be flipping armor key. Use the armor key. Nice. What's in here? Ah, yes, of course. The bar. The bar with its piano. An expensive-looking grand piano. If only I had some music to play in it, I'd actually be able to play a tune, because Jill Valentine knows how to play the piano. Chris doesn't. He needs Rebecca to do it for him, because basically Resident Evil says you can only play musical instruments if you're a girl. So getting hold of the Moonlight Sonata piece and coming back and playing it to open up this very obvious secret panel here is, yes, a fairly big part of the next bit of the game. Now, taking out that Crimson Head and return to that area I was just in is important, but there's one thing I can grab first that will help me with that. You may recall earlier, out in the garden, if I can just stop running into a pillar for a second, is up these stairs and out in the garden, there were some shotgun shells. I can use that to top up my shotgun. Although by now, that zombie I'm expecting... surely... maybe I'm just misremembering. Maybe there's no zombie here. Maybe there's only a zombie here if you're Chris. Because, like, yeah, Jill and Chris, like, they're in the same mansion, but there are certain subtle differences. Grab the shotgun shells. Yep, fine. Grab those. Plug those into my shotgun. I've immediately got my spare slot back. Lovely. Right, shotgun in hand, we're now going Crimson Head hunting. He could be in the next room or possibly the one after. No sign of him in here yet. He must still be through here. So, get ready with the shotgun. Moment we're through here, he'll be right in front of me. Just get ready to blast him a couple of times. Where are you? There he is. Oh! There you go. No. And one for you in the head. That should do you. Hopefully. Yep, okay. Pool of blood, he's done. Marvellous. Now that means with him down, I can now cut through here. That gets me back to the medicine safe room. And that means I can grab myself... no, where is it? Here we are. The chemical to use on plants. Yes, this is surprisingly an important item. Down the end of this hallway, we've now got the armor cave, so we can get ourselves into a new bit of the mansion. Where we are currently located is now, yeah, just off that first hallway we were in back in the day. So if we now turn down this way, assuming there's no Don't think... Nope, there's no zombies. We can crack open this door. So that is now a shortcut back to the first corridor. And this room... Ah! This very famous room here. One little mysterious bedroom here, including... Yeah, we are. One hanger magazine. Most importantly, of course, you just read the note on the desk here. Played Poke Tonight with Scott and Ellis from Security and Steve from Research. Steve was the big winner, but I think he was cheating scumbag. If you're roughly of the same gaming generation as me, you don't even need to be looking at the screen right now. You can go through this entire diary entry by memory. Everybody sing along. One of the higher-ups assigned me to take care of a new creature. It looked like a skinned gorilla. Feeding instructions were to give it live animals. Screw it, skip to the bit everyone loves. Fever gone but itchy, today hungry and eat doggy food. Itchy, itchy, Scott came ugly face so killed him. Tasty, itchy, tasty. Yay, itchy, tasty. They may have taken out the master of unlocking things in the Jill sandwich, but we got to keep itchy, tasty. And would you believe I bet the moment I try and leave this room, oh no, there was a zombie in the wardrobe. Who'd have ever seen that coming? This is a very tight room. Using up a couple of daggers in there, but that was totally a weird angle for her to have pointed. But no! Flipping bastard room. Right, just, yeah, I'm probably shooting the guy. Ish. Is he down? Not yet, he's not. That guy over there is going to be momentarily. There we go. Knifing that in a couple of bullets. Yeah, that's always a bit of a scrappy room because it's so tight and there's two of them. But you do get yourself out of the cupboard another battery pack. That charges up your secondary defense weapon, which I don't think I actually have yet. Do I have that yet? Am I just lying? No, I do! I have that. I've got my stun gun. Apparently I just arrived with my stun gun. I just didn't bring any batteries for it. So I can equip that. Basically, now, if a zombie grabs me, I stab him with my stun gun. And it's pretty much an instant... Well, it's an instant kill, but it's an instant kill he can come back from. Chris's is much better because his secondary defense weapon is a grenade. You just basically, when he's been grabbed by a zombie, he just shoves a grenade into the zombie's mouth and it blows his head clean off. Oddly, it never does any damage to Chris. It's like a really, really small grenade or something. But obviously, because that's a guaranteed head destruction, that means that zombie is guaranteed to never get back up. So it's just another way that Chris has got to guarantee that a zombie he wants to die and never get back up again will always do so. So it's just a little advantage to playing to Chris that his grenades are definitely superior to Jill's stun gun. I always love this hallway. The zombie shadow against the window, and then you can literally see the zombie there. It's like, whenever I play this, I always like, I always stuck right close to this wall. It doesn't matter. The trigger for them coming through the window does come, but it's just not quite yet. So if we head through here into this room, mysteriously through a wooden door, like given what's actually beyond this door, it strikes me as odd it's a wooden door, but whatever, into a weird greenhouse room that's just got a traditional wooden door. Very, very odd indeed. Now if we just go through here, we will notice there is a weird tentacle plant monster. Now if we try and walk past him, then he will basically whip us. So this here is what the chemical is for. What we need to do is go over to his little kind of like, I don't know, feeding water pump, whatever. Go over to our inventory, shove in the chemical to use on plants, shove in the chemical. Luckily, it's apparently like a plant killing thing, rather than like, a plant growing thing. So if this was just like, fertilizer or whatever, or plant grow strong or something, this could potentially go very, very wrong for me. Yes, pump the water. Go. Which way will you turn the switch? Red? I forget which way it goes. Has that put the... Ah! That's right, I've just put the herbicide on the plant, and the plant is looking unhealthy, and flops down and it is dead. Beautiful. Job done. Oh yes, of course, this is actually a little thing, of course, because the red pipe goes over here. The green pipe actually leads over to these green herbs. So if I'd have actually activated the green pipe, I'd have just killed all these green herbs, and then I wouldn't be able to have them for myself. So you definitely don't want to be doing that. So that lets me get past this, and that gets me my first mask. There we are. Will I take the death mask? Yes, sure, why not? I've forgotten it had little red things on it. Don't know why it's got little red things on it. It's just got red things on it. Hang on, let's just examine that. Why's it got red things? And this is the first of 4 masks we take down to that basement we found right at the beginning, shove in the slots, and that finally opens up that terrifying suspended coffin and releases basically a mega Crimson Head thing. It's basically a normal Crimson Head, except it's much, much tougher. So just leave these plants here. We might need to come back for them later. So no, we don't need to worry about them now. But if we're ever low on health, remember those guys are right there. Instead, we can just leave here. This, of course, is the moment the zombies do actually go through, but don't worry about them. We're basically rarely going to be going back to this corridor, so the best thing you can do is just ignore those guys and run straight back towards the safe room, to be honest. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much Resident Evil. At this point, it kind of continues on in broadly that fashion. So we can explore, like, you know, the second floor again, the first floor again. I remember, like, you know, that hallway on the right on the second floor, there were a load of armor keys around there, so we can kind of go over there, find more stuff, slowly find our way to more and more death masks, because that lets us fight the guy. I'm pretty sure when you fight the guy, he gives you the item that lets you get up to the top there, the kind of the wooded area next to Spencer's office. That leads into, like, the big second act, where we start looking at, like, Lisa Trevor and the story of the history of the mansion. Once we've done that, that leads out to the residence at the rear of the mansion, and then the laboratory, and diddly-diddly-dee. It's very elegant. It elegantly unfolds, and the map is a work of genius. Like, it all neatly folds in on itself beautifully. Like, I know it's very common to just, like, mock Resident Evil's map, but genuinely, the first Resident Evil's mansion was just a work of genius as far as, like, every single item you find, you'll very often find, if you're thinking about it, the item you find is logically very close to where you use it. Shortcuts open up elegantly. I mean, it might seem a bit, like, ridiculous and farcical when you first get in here, how many flipping, like, doors are locked from the other side, or only have a handle on this side and need this particular key, but the mansion unlocks so organically. Like, it would be nice, by the way, once you've actually checked a door, for it to have a little symbol telling you which key would open it. That would be a nice little UI improvement. But other than that, it's just lovely. It's a lovely game, and I think a lot of people like mocking it, which is very, very sad, because it doesn't deserve the level of mockery it gets. It genuinely is a fantastic little game, this. And now it's back. It's back on modern consoles, and all of this modern technology and processing power has apparently been used to give Jill slightly jiggling boobs. I swear those were not in the GameCube version. I mean, I would remember, when I played the GameCube version, I was a teenager. So if one of the female characters had jiggly boobs, I would have known. Okay, I would have noticed. I'm sure of it. But yeah, they've used all the modern technology of the PS4 to give her slightly jiggly boobs. And I don't like that. That's genuinely a bad change, because it just slightly silly. And the original Resident Evil, though it had a silly script, was genuinely a very effective horror game. Again, something that people forget. People, like, you know, when they're talking about the original Resident Evil, they focus on the silly script and the ridiculous story and all of that, but they forget that, you know, it was actually a very well put together horror game, and a survival horror game, doing many things that modern games wouldn't dare do, like, you know, limited finite numbers of saves, for example. What modern game would dare do that these days? You know, incredibly limited ammo. Enemies don't drop any ammo whatsoever. Health is also extremely finite for the most part. Loads of really good horror-y things, and also just a really good eye for putting together horror as a narrative. Just like, yeah, sometimes there are jump scares, but the jump scares are not the focus. It's more, there's lots of, like, quiet, silent rooms. There's lots of hallways where it looks like there blatantly should be a jump scare, but one never actually comes. There's just so much good stuff here. The original Resident Evil is a classic, and it has aged, in terms of gameplay-wise, very, very nicely. Of course, it looked hideous back on the PS1, but of course, they've kept it looking nice here. If you've never played the original Resident Evil, it is still worth looking at. Look at the remastered version on Steam or on PS4. I don't actually know if it's on Xbox One. I'd be surprised if it wasn't, given it's on PS4 and Steam. But yeah, I really do recommend looking at it, because now it's been polished up again, and the graphics look fine again. It just holds up so nicely as a game. And yeah, even the old tank controls have been replaced with a new analog system. The new analog system throws its own set of problems into the fray, but it's definitely better than the old tanky, turny, forwardy, backwardy, hold button to runny business. Yes, it's definitely easier than that at least. So yay, analog controls now. So this is Resident Evil. This has been my little Halloween special. It's not really a scary game. Well, it's not a scary game to me now, because I kind of know when the jump scares are coming for the most part. But it was a scary game back in the day. I think if you've never played it before, it can still unnerve and spook and scare very, very effectively. And you never know, I'll keep it on this video, see how much people enjoy seeing the original Resident Evil back again. If a lot of people seem to be enjoying it, then who knows, maybe when we're out of the huge kind of October, November release glut, we might actually see a little bit more Resident Evil, because I do like this franchise, and there's some fantastic entries in it. Like, I really think Resident Evil 0 is probably one of the best games in the franchise, but it's the one, like, almost nobody's played either, which is a shame. Resident Evil 4, I'll take any excuse to play again, and Resident Evil Code Veronica is fantastic. Even story-wise, Resident Evil Code Veronica is fantastic, and again, it's one which not that many people have played, because it was originally, I think it was originally a Dreamcast exclusive, then it was ported to the GameCube. I think it has been redone for PC, but, like, scruffily redone. It's not a proper remaster like this has. So, I don't know. We will see. I'd certainly like to potentially do a little bit more Resident Evil. There'll certainly be more Resident Evil on this channel sooner or later, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd. And this has been Resident Evil, a classic that I think has held up very, very well 20 years on. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Okay, no, I don't want to be insensitive right now, but the best thing you can do is stamp on her head until it's mush. Get the gun. No, 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 do not just walk past the gun. Oh, yeah, the door with the bloody handprint on it. That's going to go well. Eleanor, come on. Eleanor. Where the hell are you? Oh, God, you're the worst person ever.